the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back here. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench on a Wednesday morning, live from the Raising Cane studio. Welcome in, everybody. If you just dropped the kids off, I know carpool probably just ended, unless you're running a little late today. Well, we just want to say welcome in. Thank you for listening.
Time to turn it up, Flynn.
Time to turn it up. Time to say the curse word.
PG-13, baby.
Let's go. Man, we really stuck the landing on that hour number 1, didn't we? Wow.
I'm gonna take the blame for that one.
I told you this morning when you came in, Alondra, I'm like seeing extra squirrels today. You got,
and I felt it. Like when I walked in.
Yep. You could like.
You were real fidgety.
What's that character in that? I think it's a Adam Sandler movie where his eyes just like go straight.
Crazy eyes. It's
Crazy
Mr.
eyes.
Deeds.
I'm crazy eyes right now. Like I'm seeing everything.
Yeah.
Told you I'm seeing extra squirrels
I know.
today.
That was on me.
Really threw it off.
That's it.
That's it. Well, see ya.
That's all.
He's like, we'll be back, maybe.
Doc's like, man, these guys are idiots.
Not me, Doc.
And by these guys,
I'm the glue.
I'm looking in the mirror. Okay.
I'm the clue.
The glue. Perfect. You're right, man. You are. All right. Welcome in. Every single Wednesday, we are joined by Dr. Steve Etheredge. We appreciate you coming in today. We are full throttle training camp mode right now. Welcome in.
Full throttle ahead. We're good.
Everything's good?
We're great. We're great. Yeah, it's been 1 week down.
When King came in, Chris Marler asked you, are you only allowed to stay for 12 minutes at practice like they are?
Fortunately or unfortunately, I guess, it would have been nice to have left a little earlier, but on the other hand, yeah, we were there the whole time. So
That's right. So, all right, let's just get into it. A little bit of, no specifics out of LSU, of course. But they got the pads on for the first time yesterday. Anything like to know? I'm assuming like when you start getting the pads on, I'm assuming you start getting a few more doctor visits. Like what's kind of the standard thing that you are looking for at training camp besides just the obvious, okay, this guy twisted an ankle, this guy, hurt a shoulder. Like, are there any signs that you're looking at during training camp, like especially once the pads start popping?
I don't know if there's anything specific. To your point, yes, you're going to see a little bit more uptake in certain things. Any contact-related injury is now added into the equation. So, there's plenty of non-contact things we see, unfortunately, and early in camp. The big early camp things are the soft tissue, the hamstrings, which I know there's been some discussion on that already. You get a lot of that, but now you start throwing in, a little more risk for things like concussions and head injuries, and you're going to get just more hard impact injuries. Some of those aren't always serious, but they'll bang you up pretty good. So you can get some contusions and all that fun stuff.
Also, I remember the linemen used to beg to put pads on because even if it's just helmets. Like in the trenches, they're pretty much going 100%. Do you kind of get relieved a little bit? You're like I know you for like linebackers, DBs, like tackling drills. Yeah, there's higher risk, but there's also probably less of a risk for some of those linemen that are having to hit.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I've watched them do some of their individual drills and stuff, and they're in just a helmet. And, I would not want to be on the other end of any of them,
Right?
Because I'm like, good God, they're still putting hands on each other, and it's just because you're not going to the ground. So I think there is some benefit for sure to having the pads on, especially in some of these drills and especially down the trenches, like you said.
Yeah. Well, look, I know that y'all had spring practice and of course summer practice and everything like that, and all the drills that you can do, but nothing can match the intensity of what training camp is. And of course, we as fans and as the media have very limited view of what's going on. So we got a new coach, we got a ton of new players. We want information, right? And I'm not going to ask you like specifically from a football standpoint, X's and O's, but just with the new staff and then being in training camp, everything, like how's the feel of practice?
It's definitely a different vibe. The energy is tremendously elevated from what it was. Out there's not a lot of downtime. One thing that's I think big with Coach Kiffin is they are constantly on the move. You watch his offense. Practice is basically just a version of that. They are constantly go, go, go. You'll have different drills going on at the same time. They'll be using all the fields, watching the offense. They are not slowing down. And if they're not slowing down, then neither is the defense. And so there's definitely been some changes there and just a new energy. I think it had gotten kind of stale, and so having some new energy just kind of put a little lifeblood into the program. But it's definitely been a big uptake.
It feels like there'd be. It's kind of shocking because he's talked about this organically in the past couple press conferences about like how the way that the idea they adopted for practice and having this many volumes of reps, like it's such a high volume of reps, but like quality reps.
Yeah.
But to have that much, because it's noticeably different than last year in just terms of like even the quarterbacks throwing, it's like or the receivers running, like there's a combination of routes on every single drill for each individual person. But to have that, added volume and also still be healthy is a great sign for week one.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's interesting, especially guys that were not part of his team. We had some guys that came with him, but so all the guys that were here, and especially guys that maybe came from somewhere else. Like we have some guys that came from up north, places not quite as hot. Like the combination of being in Louisiana, which is always a wake up call, and then now this up tempo practice. Those first couple practices, we had some guys really struggling.
Sure.
Just lots of cramps, lots of dehydration, lots of guys kind of sucking wind, but.
Yeah, and it's acclimatizing to your environment, right? And not to just the environment, like you said. This is the advantage to Lane Kiffin's system is we're going to be in better shape than you because we're going to go faster than you. We're going to tire. Yep. We saw LSU play Ole Miss last year. We saw Witt thrown up. I know Witt throws up. That's his thing. But like there's also an exhaustion to that as well. What do you watch for? So I know you have a fantastic training staff at LSU. I know there's dietitians out there running, getting sodium, getting all the things. But like, what do you, from a doctor's perspective? I know there are real dangers in this heat. What if you have to be watching for signs of dizziness, signs for dehydration? Like, what signs for dehydration are you watching? And this is also going to help people as their high school kids and the high school coaches like going out and their training camps are starting as well. Like, what's something to watch for? From a physical standpoint that, sometimes it's hard for a player to admit things. So what should people be watching out for when it's dehydration?
Yeah, so I mean, a big concern this time of year, especially, your point is heat-related illness, and specifically heat stroke is the one that, obviously worry the most about. Heat stroke's a real thing. Unfortunately, there are deaths every year in athletics and just, in the random population. So we're obviously looking for signs of that, and these are going to be guys who are really dragging behind, guys who are maybe kind of slouching. And one of the big things I look for is that they're just acting different, acting odd, acting off. Because when you get to that stage, literally your mental status changes. You either become really lethargic. Sometimes guys act literally just crazy. They get this kind of manic phase because they're just, you're just out of it,
panicking.
And so we're looking for any just odd behavior, somebody that doesn't seem themselves. And that's again where the training staff comes in so key. They kind of know like, hey, this guy, this is just how he is, but hey, this is different for him. So listening to them, watching them, and really I'm just kind of watching around, not just during the drills, but a lot of times on the sideline. I'm looking for guys that are, really hunched over, really breathing hard, that just kind of having a hard time standing, wobbling on their feet. Anything like that. If I see that, I usually kind of go check that scenario out. Yep. But that's our big risk, I guess. This time of year is heat. But there's all kinds of things you got to kind of look for, just little warning signs, guys grabbing their head, they hit your head, and the guys do it all the time though. So it's you got to kind of find that something, I guess, that is just different. I know.
And it is something for people to look at, parents to look at, coaches to look at as we have youth sports and high school sports and anything. It's in this heat where you're losing so much sweat. Yeah. Right. It's not just about like staying hydrated with drinking. And this is, I promise you, I'm not
again already.
This is not like an average. This is just speaking to people for things to watch and like things that I've come across and making mistakes. Is like high school people just drinking tons of water, and you're losing buckets of sodium. So like hyponatremia can be as bad or worse than lack of water at some point. Hyponatremia is just
absolutely.
like the lack of sodium.
Absolutely. It's I came in the other day and as one of our dietitians was there talking to the guys that they were in between one of their sessions and she was really hammering that point home. And I was like, I'm glad to hear people saying she did a really good job with the presentation, just kind of getting the guys to listen. Because you need to get the electrolytes. If you look at the composition of your sweat, is not just water. When you sweat, there's a lot of sodium in it, a lot of salt, and some other electrolytes are lost that way. So if all you're doing is replacing the water, you're not doing yourself a service. Now, water is key, but you got to supplement that with something else, like a My High.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
good product.
That was a serious topic, so I didn't want people to think it wasn't like.
They still.
I didn't want them to think it was disingenuous, but like I do think, like I get high school parents coming to me all the time. Like my son has. He's getting IVs, having to go get IVs after the third quarter. And I'm like, well, what is he doing? Well, he's drinking a gallon of water at school. And then I'm making him drink another like 1 or 2 liters of water before the game. And I'm like, you are diluting, you're flushing all the sodium and everything. So And it's so hot out. Like I went and watched my son at practice yesterday. It is so hot out there. Like he just can't.
And I'm looking at the next week. I don't know if y'all do the forecast, and it's not getting better.
No,
Oh God,
It's only going up.
I can only imagine.
that's
dude.
shocking. I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Just plead
So-
the fifth.
Aiden Anning and Gabriel Relaford obviously out for the year. Kevin even brought that up on Monday that Relaford is probably not a guy that's going to be back. But they were both on bikes in full pad yesterday. Like how are those guys feeling? Or is that something that is going to be more customary? I remember last year when people they were injured, nobody was in full pads and helmets. But I kind of dug it. I thought it was kind of like a little more unity with the team. What was going on there?
Yeah, I think again, your point. I think they're trying to make them still part of the team.
Right.
These guys, and they are. But it's hard when you're injured. One of the things with any injury that we always have to take into consideration is your mental health.
Right.
You have to kind of keep that in mind as well. And so we have our great staff at LSU, great staff as sports psychologists, and a lot of times we have to get them involved when a guy has an injury, and even more so a guy who's maybe had a couple injuries. Because you have one, then you get back, and it's the most frustrating thing when it happens again.
Right.
So I think that's something that's just a difference in the policy. And I'm not saying right or wrong, but I tend to like that better. I like having the guys feel a part of it, and you want them out there. You want them to be part of the team. It's more for their benefit probably than anybody else's. Because look, right now, obviously we want them back, so we want them healthy and ready when they're there. But I think letting them be out there, letting them just feel part of the group is going to be more beneficial to them.
Yeah, the isolation of that part sucks. That's
terrible.
the worst part.
Yeah, it does. If you've ever been on a team, like being injured on a team is just a terrible feeling because everyone's a competitor and they want to be out there and they want to be a part of the team. That's what team sports are for. Like individual sports are great and there's a self accomplishment that comes with that, and there's self accomplishment in team sports, but the team accomplishment is just far superior to anything that I've ever been a part of. So
I agree.
Not being able to be a part and contribute and help your brothers out is tough.
Well, like I said, outside of catastrophic news, like somebody's got a life, threatening condition or something, the worst things I have to do is tell, especially some of these kids, like, hey, you're done for the year. It's just, it's that is never a fun conversation. It's one that I always dread. A kid tears his ACL and I got to go tell him, and and then what if it's his senior year? This is his last chance to play ball with the boys, and there's so many scenarios that just every time it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. All right, let's turn our eyes to the Saints right now, and we want to hear your thoughts on which nickname is better: Camstring Jordan.
There's a correct answer here, Doc.
Camstring Jordan or Hammerin' Jordan?
Ooh, I'm going camstring.
Camstring.
Yeah.
There we go. Camstring.
1 for 1, baby.
Camstring Jordan. All
That's what I
right,
bring
let's
to the
talk
table.
hammies. Hammies stink.
They really
And
do.
when they are pesky, they are unpredictable at best. When you see a hamstring come, are we grading like hamstrings like on a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 type situation? Like what's your starting point when somebody says I pulled my hamstring, I got a tight hamstring, or I got pain?
Yeah, so it is a grading system, and correct 1 through 3, with 3 being the most severe. A 3 is usually a full tendon, full muscle tear. Those are the ones that will sometimes require surgery. Depends on how many of the tendons are torn, how severely they're torn. But, so a 3 might be surgery especially for an athlete. 2s are probably the ones that are sort of a wider range of what is a 2, because there's and probably most of them that I see are 1s and 2s. I mean, you're fortunate to see a lot of 3s, and then 1's the mild strain. 2, you do have some partial tearing. You may get a little bit of bruising. More commonly, you're going to see that more in the muscle, not as much in the tendon. And again, so it's all about severity, all about how much of the muscle is torn, how much the tendon is torn. Because that's a strain is a tear is a strain. That's often I get asked that all the time. Was it torn or is it strained? Well, in medical speak, they're the same thing. It's how severe of a tear / strain is it. And I don't know much about his injury specifically. I haven't heard if it's a 1 or 2. I'm assuming probably one of those, or else they'd be a lot more. Yeah. Alarm bells going if it was a 3.
Is a grade 3 like a season ender?
They definitely can be.
Like you're
definitely
ripping.
Can be. Yeah, more often than not, I would say it's going to be a season ender, especially if it's on the tendon attachment side there where it completely pulls off and it turns into one of the surgery. But even a best case scenario, you're probably a few months. So
why do some like you see the hamstring issues and like someone's back of their leg turns purple, like it starts? Why do some hamstring pulls or muscle pulls bruise and some don't?
Well, and it goes back to that severity. So if it's a grade 1, you're probably not tearing enough to really stimulate any bleeding. Yeah. So, or if you do, it's so minimal that you're either not going to see it or it's just going to be a fraction that you're going to notice. Grade 2s, you're usually going to see some bruising, or at least a lot of them you will. because then you have a little bit bigger tear. And look, bruising is just bleeding under the skin.
Right.
And one of the things that I see a lot is people kind of freak out because the bruising doesn't usually show up for a couple of days. They're like, oh, I was feeling better, now I have this bruise. Like, well, do you hurt more? And like, no, I feel better. Okay, that's good. Don't worry about
Right.
that. Or the blood will sort of track down the lower leg, and they think they have a blood clot or something like that because gravity carries it down your leg. So the hamstring injury will sometimes cause bruising in the upper calf, and that's not uncommon. So it really depends on the severity of the tear. So I'd say I probably see bruising in probably half our grade 2s, give or take a little bit.
We had a theory at the end of last hour about the position you play and what effect the hamstring pull has on that. And maybe as a doctor, do you look at it any different? Let's just say it's a wide receiver hamstring pull as opposed to a defensive end. You don't treat it any differently, but do you make special
more
different
manageable?
exceptions? Is it more manageable? Yeah, because they're not running 50 yards full sprint, right? But they are having to push off and do things full speed, but it's in a shorter distance.
Yeah, I think you definitely worry more about the positions like defensive back, wide receiver, where they're doing a more extended, long, full speed sprints, and we also see them more commonly in that population for the same reasons. Typically fast guys that are doing a lot of this, extreme running and acceleration, deceleration. Now, again, it's to your point. Yeah, you still treat them the same, and you still worry about it. But I would be less worried, say with Cam Jordan, if it's as a defensive end than if it was a wide out or something like that.
Got it.
I got one.
Yeah.
It's not Saints related. Bachelor parties next week in New Orleans.
All right.
I'm not trying. I've been getting a lot of calf cramps after nights of drinking. What's going on there? Am I dying? For one. Two, what do I need to do to prevent this and not be sluggish the next day before we go out?
So fair questions. I think that's something we probably all experience with aging. I've
Talking
Talking about bad hangovers.
oh yeah,
The calf thing is weird.
I have a diligent night, and it's going to take me at least a week to feel semi-normal. So I think look, a good point is before you leave, grab some
My High?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sponsor?
that's two
I
commercials.
find doing some electrolytes either before, during, or after drinking, or all the above. is not a
Vodka
bad
My
idea.
High?
So we do a fishing trip every year where we take our fellows down at the end of their year and do a trip. And I did confiscate a few
Yeah,
My
you
Highs
had
to
to-
bring
you had
down
to
there.
take
Okay, love it.
Pocket 'em.
Because we get prepared the night before for the endeavors of the following day, and so that was part of the
Perfect
job there.
If you have a bear fight, though, there's only so
That
much.
is tough.
Yeah, we had no
things can
bear
do.
fights, so
Okay.
yeah.
There's only so much. You can't.
I think if you have the bear fight, because I did hear y'all talking about, I think you're going to lose
yeah.
that
What
one.
is
so.
that?
that's
Yeah.
right.
Anything on
Yeah.
the calves though? Calves are. I just need to stretch a little bit.
Yeah, just stretch.
But
Maybe
in all
some
sincerity,
spreads.
getting
prehab.
electrolytes, particularly potassium, magnesium, sodium, those are going to be some of the bigger ones. But I think doing that and still hydrating as well is obviously
Okay.
important. It's not
So
not
mix in the
neglecting
water.
that. Yeah.
All right.
Hydrate, brother. All right, this is the last question because we've gone long with you. But
My bad.
Thank you for your time. No, that's a great question. Very good. December 14th, 2025, Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL. 241 days ago. 34 weeks, 3 days. That's 7 months, 29 days. Jacob Hester came on the show, I think, was it yesterday or Monday? So when he was at Chiefs practice, full go. Is this about as fast as you've ever seen? A full go?
Yeah.
Less than 8 months?
I would say that's about on the early side of it. It's interesting because I don't know the right answer to how should we handle all these, because I will say we've made advances. We have things that can help you heal better. Some that we know work, some that are more, hypothetical, theoretical, that probably do something. If you look at what guys are doing, especially guys like a Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, I'm sure he's doing all the different supplementation that are legal and allowed. I'm sure he's doing things like hyperbaric treatments.
Yeah.
He's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he's had some kind of biologic injections, PRP, stem cells, A2M, things like that. I don't know these things, but I'm assuming he's probably done at least a lot more of that than your average torn ACL would do. Where does that change the needle? Because you still have to let those things heal no matter what. You can't.
Yeah.
There's no magic cure. You have
Right.
got to let the new ACL kind of get stronger. You've got to let the bone around it get stronger. So there's definitely still a time frame. And yeah, to your point, is this the fastest? Yes. Is it reckless? Is it careless? Well, the honest answer is I don't know.
Remains
Right.
to be
Yeah, there
seen.
are guys that would say absolutely this is outrageous. He shouldn't be doing that. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I will sincerely say I don't know, because if we never try to push the envelope, we're
Right.
never going to find
Right.
out. But yes, this is fast,
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, there's
and I hope we don't find out. For the
Yeah.
record.
and like eight months is so wild compared to 20 years ago.
What it
But
used to
like
be.
it
Oh, yeah.
is incredible. But you're right. As advanced as we are, we God still has to do his work, and so it takes a little bit of time. So,
we'll see. And then again, I wish him the best. I hope he does well. It sounds like he's been doing good. And, but it's I would be scared if I was.
Right.
Every time he moves funny, every time he cuts, every time he goes down, I would be cringing probably for at least the first half of the season.
It rolls up.
Well, there he is, Dr. Stephen Etheredge. We appreciate your time every single week. Have a good one. Stay hydrated out there.
Absolutely.
All right, Doc. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, we got more OTB on the other side, right here.
Off the bench.
All right, go to Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com. That's Gulf Coast Office Products, the Louisiana's leader. When it comes to that office technology, we're talking printers, we're talking copiers, we're talking scanners, y'all, and they got the best products that they work with. They got the best brands that they work with, and it doesn't matter like what size your office is. If you ever worked in an office, if you own a business, if you operate an office, if you're an office manager, you know how important that technology is. You know how important that paper trail is. In this digital world that we live in, that paper trail still matters. And it matters every single day. I deal with it every day when I leave here and I go to my office. It's the paper trail, and it keeps the business operating. It's the lifeline of your business. So whether it's a one-person office or a 1,000-person office, it doesn't really matter. And what separates Gulf Coast Office Products is their award-winning service team. You know it's frustrating when you call and you got to get an 800 and you got to go through the phone tree. No, you call Gulf Coast Office Products, someone answers, and they get somebody out to your office and your business fast to get you back up and running. Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
Tool.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Off the Bench. Wednesday morning. I want to thank another thank you to Dr. Stephen Etheredge for joining. It's nice to get a little insight from someone that's been at all the practices. So good. Didn't want to ask him too many questions. I didn't want to
Why'd you say it like that? 'Cause I missed one.
No, all of the practice, like the
I wanted to ask them how long they're going. Like
it sounds like they're probably when Jacob was talking about the Bills practice, they're like it's like an hour and a half, but they're so efficient. They might be getting 2 hours of work in that hour and a half. I can envision Lane's practices being like that, just because they're going. You got to train fast if you're going to go fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are we under the NCAA they have the 20-hour rule, right? Are we in that right now, or is that when like the actual game weeks start?
I don't know. It's a really good question.
Thank you. I'll call the NCAA.
I didn't mean it. That wasn't a great question.
Sorry for me. Yeah. It's a pretty good question.
What's worse, not getting a good question or getting one being like, actually, it was good.
Actually, I take that back.
Not a good one.
I was just being nice to you.
Literally, that's
I
worse
regret
than,
it.
Speaking of something I do not regret, telling you to go to K to Z. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. If you're tired of looking at outdated blinds, harsh sunlight, rooms that just don't feel finished, it's time to call K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. K to Z brings that showroom directly to your house with free in-home consultations, helping you find the perfect custom window treatments to fit your style, your needs, and your budget. From custom blinds and shades to plantation shutters, beautiful drapes, and even motorized window coverings, they have solutions for every single room in your home. Plus, their mobile showroom works around your schedule, making the process simple and stress-free. Best of all, K to Z offers free installations. That's free installations on blinds, shades, shutters, so you can enjoy a professional look without the hassle. Serving Louisiana for nearly 30 years. K to Z, locally owned. Brandon Barton and his team, they are committed to helping you create a more comfortable and beautiful home. So learn more. Go to ktozblinds.com, ktozblinds.com. All right, there is, Taylor, you brought this to my attention earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There is an absolutely unbelievable golf cheating story out there. It's kind of gone viral over the last 24 hours. It's, golf is a gentleman's game. It is a game where you absolutely can cheat. You can go out there, you can fluff your lie, you can move the ball, you can say you weren't out of bounds, you can, give yourself a 5-foot 6-foot putt. You can write down. You keep your own score. It is a gentleman's game. That's why it's awesome in the professional golf ranks when people call themselves on a penalty. They're like, well, I put the club down, the grass, the ball moved a 1/32 of an inch, and I got to call myself on a 2-stroke penalty or whatever it is. Like it is a gentleman's sport and an incredible game, but of course it's easy to cheat. So it's no surprise when you hear a cheating story, but this one has taken it to an absolutely different level. There was a member golf tournament at a country club in St. Louis. Now, if anybody is familiar with like the country club world, like a member is a big deal. There's like 2, 3, maybe 4 big tournaments in the year, and people pay a lot of money to be members of the club. They pay a lot of money to be to play golf, to play in that tournament, and it's a big deal. And so he decided, what's this guy's name? Brian?
No, Zach Holland.
Zach Holland was way off.
How does he spell Zach?
Zach.
Wing Haven Country Club or Golf Club, whatever they call it. Of course, every club has usually they'll have like a hole-in-one pot where every round you contribute. Maybe every round everybody plays, there's $1 that comes out that goes to the bottom. This pot builds up, kind of like a jackpot at a casino.
So I didn't see how much the pot is. It's a pretty fancy country club. I can guess it's probably a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, I mean, these pots can get up to thousands, right?
It's probably a good chunk of change.
Guys, probably tens of thousands. You know what I mean? Could be anything.
It could be hundreds. It could be millions.
Could be millions of dollars.
Hell, billions.
It's millions, but
you never know.
I like the enthusiasm.
It's kind of like a jackpot at a casino. It's like the longer it goes before, it builds up over time, blah, blah, blah. Well, he wanted that pot real bad. So before the round at his member golf tournament, he shows up. And he tells everybody he's preparing them before the round. Premeditated cheating here. He says, man, at some point, I'm going to have to take a call. It's a business call. I'm going to have to take this call. I'm sorry.
Group he was playing with, right? He told the group.
And this is a tournament again. It's not just a random group. This is people that he plays with a lot. This is friends. This is people in his social club, right? He tells them before. And so at hole number 3, he says, they're calling me. I have to go ahead. So he's like, I don't want to interrupt y'all. I'm just going to drive ahead, take this call, and whatever. So no one sees. He comes by. They catch up with him on hole number 4 as a par 3. And they're like, where's your ball? He's like, man, I'm looking for my ball everywhere. I don't know where it was. He's like, I thinned it, which means you hit it kind of thin. It goes really low. Well, this clown had gone up to the green and made a fake divot. Like a divot, like a ball mark where the ball lands and it hits and it makes a little scuff, and you prepare your ball mark. And they
find it thin. You're not usually getting a divot because the ball flight is usually lower.
Yeah, well,
if it's fast though, I guess you could have
I guess you could say it does.
Yeah, it's skimmed across.
He tells his friends, like, I saw the ball mark. I thinned it though. I can't find the ball. Blah blah blah. Well, of course they walk up and the ball is in the hole. Oh my God. They absolutely go nuts. They celebrate. Well, guess what? They celebrate. He gets the pot. Whatever. Well. They're like, okay, nobody witnessed this.
Yeah, got to confirm it.
We got to confirm this. So let's go check the tape. There's the golf shed, like a maintenance shed nearby. It's got a camera. That's got a camera on the green. So let's go check the footage. Well, turns out this was the most premeditated golf cheating story of all time.
Yeah.
He shows up early in the morning in his car.
They were the early group to tee off. Yeah. He shows up before the event started.
Yeah, at dark. When it's dark, before everything opened, parks his car, walks out to the green, all on camera, puts the ball in the hole, goes and makes a fake ball mark on the green. He made the
divot before the round started.
Makes the divot and everything. Completely planned out. Goes, and of course, he's trying to win the pot. Right. So I have to assume that this was a huge pot. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it had to be thousands.
I'm thinking 20K.
Like to do something like this is that egregious.
Yeah,
it's got to be a big ass pot.
Yeah,
right. What makes this I don't know what can make this worse, but what makes this a little bit worse to me, this guy is a +2 handicap.
That makes no sense.
Well, so he played college golf. Like when I was telling you, I saw it. The guy made a TikTok video who was at the club with him. He's like, guys, this is probably the best player at our club. Mm-hmm. He's a former golfer. They're like, he almost got his pro card at one point. He's a 2 handicap. They're like, if anybody would have made the hole-in-one on their own, it was probably this guy.
Well,
Right.
they were right because he did.
And that for people that don't know golf, what a +2 means. If you're a plus handicap, it means you are an incredible golfer. So everybody here is like your golf handicap. Like if you're a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means that you're averaging 1, 2,
over.
3, 4, 5 over par.
Right.
And it's roughly depending on
Shooting
like
a 74 consistent.
like the slope level and the slope rating of the course. Like the Golf Association, they rank all the difficulty levels of the course. So if like you shoot a
We're in the
8
leads.
over, if you shoot an 80 on a really difficult course, it might equal out to like a 76 at a normal course or an easier course.
You ever played
whatever.
with someone that says, actually, I can't take a bogey here because my
A
slope
double
index-
bogey?
That is
You
my
can't.
least favorite thing.
Double bogey
Yeah.
is.
You can take one because you're about to.
Yep. So a plus means you average to under par every time. So if it's par
No.
72, he's averaging a 70, rough, give or take. Very good golfer. That is really good. That's playing your ball right
Yeah.
there. And so that makes, like, if this was a 30 handicap, he shoots 100 every time. It's bad, but it's also kind of like, haha,
Yeah.
kind of funny a little bit. This is as bad as it gets. This is jail time.
What?
It should be jail time. You
I
are
mean, you technically stole money.
you're cheating to
Oh,
steal
that's kinda
for
fair.
a monetary gain, and
Yeah.
like probably not an inconsequential amount of
But you
money.
and it was
stole money.
it was so premeditated.
That
Right.
part. Like, he's definitely kicked out of the club.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you
he
thought
lost
you
his-
had to
Yeah.
No, he resigned.
sit
like,
there and plan
Hold
it
on,
out.
hold on. You said resigned. Does that mean, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
But does that mean that he worked there?
No, I'm sorry.
No,
Just
he was a
resigned-
member
okay,
there.
okay, okay.
Resigned
Like,
was the
he-
wrong word.
Well, because I
He-
saw that used somewhere else, and I was like, if this
No,
worked here
resigns
into
what it
this-
says on the article.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
He withdrew his membership, of course, from the scrutiny because you got scarlet letter at that point.
Yeah.
Like you're
I mean, you were probably going to get kicked out anyway.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit before
Right.
before you're fired.
Quit fired.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
This is as bad as it gets. And to your point, like he cheated everybody out to gain money. Like this, there should be something that comes out. He did go on St. Louis Sports Radio. I think it was ESPN St. Louis or something
Yeah.
like that. They had him on there. Of course, apologies. He's like, now
You should have him on here.
He's like, it's not fair. It's not fair to my wife, to my children. I got like kids under 3 years old, and like it was a bad
Wait.
deal. He patted his chest a little bit, but it didn't matter.
But
Like,
how do you not think that there's cameras?
Yeah.
There's
part,
cameras.
man.
Big Brother, come on.
And almost any time
Flock
in a golf
cameras.
tournament like that, you have to have a witness. You're not
that's
going
the
to
thing, he
give
told
away
on
a pot
himself.
that's like you're not going to give away a pot that's saying because it had to be a lot, and no one's going to give you that if like, well, no one saw it. We're just trusting that you did it.
mhm.
I mean, the divot. I just want to see video of him making the divot because I feel like if he's just out there just firing Titleists into the green with his hand, like that's what like.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
It's
couldn't
kind
find
of
the-
pathetic.
I couldn't find the
Kind of
video.
pathetic?
I'm assuming TMZ or somebody.
People that
So-
care about golf that much, it cracks me up because it's like there's part of me that heard the story and I was like, all right, I mean, like, whatever, dude. It's just,
So,
but at the same time, that's
one of the worst parts of this that you didn't mention. The phone call that he said he was taking was allegedly because he has a terminally ill grandmother and he
Oh,
needs to
stop.
take
yeah. I thought
the
you would have
call
opened with that part.
regarding
I didn't
her
know that
terminal
part.
Yeah,
illness.
that's what there was a grandma involved.
Yeah,
also,
he said his grandmother's terminally ill. He's expecting a
Classic.
call from his parents
Classic.
at any
Pepper's
moment.
got heartburn.
He needs to
Sorry,
get it.
dude.
Well, you
Like,
don't want people to question.
he was basically like, guys, my grandma might be dying. I got to take this phone call. Made it all up.
Who would have thought in 2026 there's cameras? That's
or
crazy.
what I'm saying.
grandmas.
Or grandmas.
You know, I mean,
am
like
I
that
right?
part too.
Glamoz.
Glam strings.
Sorry, I was on the phone with my grandma and the president. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm about to call her president.
Yeah. Well, this is a wild story, and again, like, never cheat on anything. Don't like cheating. Like golf is so easy, and a lot of things happen in the heat of the moment. Like I've seen people, and maybe in my younger days, like I maybe kicked the ball out from under a tree or something.
Yeah,
not
carry an
anymore.
extra
But like
ball.
at some point when you become an adult, you're like, why? Like what? Like why? I'm not a professional golfer.
Right, that part too.
So
I do think
that guy's a loser.
the ones that I was
He's
not
like Notre Dame.
as blown
Yeah.
away by when like I get more offended when there's like a foursome and they're playing whatever it is.
What?
You know what I'm talking about here, guys, huh?
And you're in the chair.
We're talking foursomes. I'm in the corner in the chair, and then but they're like, yeah, they shot a 47. You're
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Right.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You shot a 47 on what? The first 5 holes?
Right.
All right, there it is. That's our golf cheating story. What a loser. He is the Notre Dame of Country Club member golf tournament. So Yeah, it's fantastic, and that it was startling enough to me to where it needed a whole segment. We needed to go along with it.
I can't believe you forgot his grandma.
But we're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk more sports right here off the bench.
Off the bench.
I did forget his grandma. That's on me. Terminally ill. Go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. You're the most reliable trash removal service in all of Louisiana. We're talking residential. We're talking commercial. We're talking special cleanups. Like if you're cleaning out a garage, cleaning out a carport, and you need a roll-off dumpster.
They'll bring it.
Just like one, they'll bring it. And they got 3 sizes to choose from. They got
Pack
the
that trash
15 yard. They got the 20 yard, the 30 yard. I got a 30 yard at my house right now.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh.
Got a lot of trash.
Hello.
They are, and I've worked with a lot of roll-off dumpster companies like around the country. I've moved a lot in my playing days, and like I can tell you, like usually you get a price, and then you get the invoice at the end. It's like, all right, that was the price we quoted you. Then there was like a tonnage fee, there's a dumpage fee, there was all these different fees on the back end. Nope, you're gonna get flat rate pricing at trashrangers.com. What the price they quote you is the price that you pay. They're the best. Big red dumpsters rolling around. So go give them a call today. Trashrangers.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back here. Off the bench. Wandra, thank you for playing Alice in Chains.
I live to serve.
It's been way too long, Matt.
It's been so long,
I know.
Alondra.
I mean,
God.
it was like a refusal for a while. Just wouldn't do it.
Disrespectful.
Wait, what am I missing here?
Oh, nothing. Don't
I
worry
feel like
about
you
it.
love Alice in Chains.
We'll tell you later.
Don't even worry about
But you
it.
won't.
Pal.
That's fine.
We also love Oshner.
Oh, never mind.
And we love our
Thought it was ready.
we love our children as well.
Yo,
And
Usher!
Hey, Asher!
okay. As our children head back, as the kids head back to school, Oshner Health wants to remind families that a successful school year starts with good health. That means paying attention to more than just grades. Check in with your child's mental health. Encourage open conversations with them. Make time to connect as they adjust to a brand new school year, a new grade, new people, new faces. And a few extra minutes talking each day can make a huge difference. Healthy habits matter too. Make sure they're eating right. Pack balanced lunches, protein, fruits, veggies, whole grains. Let your kids help plan the meals as well so you can encourage smarter choices. Good nutrition helps support learning, energy, focus throughout the day if your child plays sports. Don't forget annual sports physical, along with proper hydration like the doc just told us, stretching, plenty of rest, and the right protective equipment as well. Many Oshner locations offer both primary care and pediatric services in one convenient place, making it easier to care for the entire family. With same-day appointments, extended afternoon hours, and even weekend availability at select locations, getting care that you need fits more easily into your busy schedule. So for more back-to-school health tips or to schedule an appointment, visit oshner.org/br. All right, we
Hold on, real quick. Gotta say, love the Alice in Chains intro into the mental health talk.
Okay, I didn't do that on purpose.
But I do love Alice in Chains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I would think
we all
should do that. Do we all?
Yes.
I thought they were like an underrated band, and now I feel like now that I'm getting older, everyone like of all ages, everyone.
Are
loves
they
Alice in Chains.
underrated?
No,
No.
I was totally wrong about that.
Yeah, I
My
feel like a lot of people-
favorite unplugged of all
Yeah.
time
Yeah, it's the best.
is the Alice in
Dude,
Chains
they
one.
need to bring those back.
Like, I know that the Nirvana one gets all the love,
Right.
but the Alice in Chains one is the best
So good.
unplugged of all time.
I feel like they've only.
Stone
I feel
Temple
like
Pilots has a good one too.
yeah.
Alice in Chains is
You're
the
right
only
about
like
Alice in Chains.
unplugged
That's
album
number
that
one.
I used to listen to consistently.
Right.
Yes.
Like the other ones are good, like a novelty thing, but I think the unplugged ones from Alice in Chains are better than their originals.
Yeah.
They're so good. And like the band sounds so good. Lane sounds amazing. Like,
It's crazy to me how
Lane
popular
Train.
they still are.
yeah.
Yep.
Huh?
It's crazy to me how popular they still are. Even like Gen Z, it seems like they
Yeah.
like them. Maybe it's just my algorithm.
They're
I don't
just
know.
timeless.
They're
Yeah.
timeless.
They're like the Temptations.
I've always said it.
People have always said
I've always said it.
the Temptations of the grunge era.
Yeah.
It was Alice in Chains.
Lane's like,
Sitting in the red light the other day, Matt, and I was like, they really are the Temptations.
They
of their
really
time.
are.
I
Here
mean,
comes the rooster.
I wanted to do that. I didn't want to mess up and think that was the actual song. That's so good. Here comes the rooster.
That was so funny.
Flip it. Ethan, you got a good one. We got a banger. Whew.
Ethan's not here.
Ethan's coming.
No, he's coming. He'll be
Ethan
here.
will
He's
be
listening
here.
right now.
He'll be
Don't
here,
worry.
bro. He'll be here,
Ethan's
bro.
a post-game type of guy.
Post-game type of guy. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Wait, so I'm hearing in the chat that there were 7 seconds of zero gravity, but I don't know what that means.
Wait.
And then somebody just said, "What's up, people? Did anyone float up a few minutes ago when we lost gravity?"
Wait, what?
So at first I couldn't tell if we were getting trolled, but then somebody else, a second gravity comment dropped. So I was
Sir.
like, so I'm like very, I'm very confused about the zero gravity.
Yeah, Nookie says it was at
what?
8:33.
NASA assures humanity. Nope. Earth's
I'm gonna
gravity
say, was
not
there zero
disappeared this
gravity?
week after
Hold on.
insane conspiracy theories ran rampant.
Hold on. Who says we never get breaking news during the show?
It's not breaking news.
we
It's not real.
America specifically lost gravity.
No, there. So
Just us.
Just
yeah.
Baton Rouge,
Just
Louisiana.
Baton Rouge. It's like an earthquake.
man,
just,
Lane is just different, y'all.
Just different. Are you kidding
NASA
me?
assures humanity Earth's gravity will not disappear this week after insane conspiracy theories ran rampant. I don't love that sentence structure from the New York Post, but I'm not
How
going
would
to
you do it
judge.
different?
I mean, I probably would
Voted
have added
it-
8
They
more
warned
commas
humanity.
for no reason.
Throw that into ChatGPT. Ask it to clean it up.
Hey, could you make this sound less stupid?
Sometimes I do write emails and I'll throw it into ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, did I say this right?
God, dude.
They were like, "Well, I don't know what this you're trying to
I-
ask."
You didn't even
remember-
ask that question correctly.
I remember writing like a lead for an article because I do that very poorly, and Matt was telling me, and so I was like, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you help me make this a little bit more AP style professional?" Because I didn't go to journalism school, and so I was like, "Hey, I got Grammarly to help me fix this up a little bit. Does this sound better?" And he's like, "Don't do that. That doesn't sound like you're writing it. It sounds like a computer wrote it.
Yeah.
Your writing's not like that at all." And I was like, "Oh yeah, fair."
Yeah. You gotta
Mine's
be
like, "Hey
you.
guys."
You got to be genuinely Marler.
No, that's not good for anybody.
Yeah, you're right. That's on me. That's my bad.
Speaking of
Okay,
gravity,
so fact check, that didn't happen. But this isn't
What?
like the zero gravity thing.
right?
Well,
I mean, but it's not like we haven't reported fake news before.
but
so
like I
whatever.
felt like we would have floated.
Conspiracy theory.
True.
If it did happen, we would have floated.
we would have.
Yeah.
I didn't like my pen stayed here.
Man.
Lady Kane, she's been
She
sitting
didn't
the
do
whole
anything,
time.
yeah.
She didn't
I
do
wonder since
nothing.
we're on the third floor, like we probably wouldn't feel it
We
as
didn't feel
much
it.
as somebody on like the
You
ground
got,
floor.
you got.
right?
Oh, maybe you had to be grounded, so
Could have been.
bare feet
I've been
Right.
my shoes
on
been off
earth,
the whole morning.
not on concrete. Like if
Yeah.
you were on dirt or on some grass, bare feet, grounded with the
Maybe.
earth, one with the earth,
Yeah, this is
because
good.
Earth is a living thing. You want to be grounded, brother.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Alice
maybe
in
at that
Chains
point
really
you
opened
float.
the door to the great segment.
Yeah,
We should do more Alice in Chains
mind altering.
gravity stuff.
They really are.
Yeah.
I'm so high right now.
I know that's good stuff.
So is Lane.
Well,
Was
you know what?
creatine gummies? No.
You know what we were when Alice in Chains was popular? They weren't alive. But
No,
you know
that
what we
stuff,
were?
Yeah,
We were young.
we were.
Before we go to break, I want to tell you if you want to feel young again.
Ooh, energy for me.
Hey, Radio Pro. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. RejuveMeMedical.com. They are your professionals, your experts in hormone replacement therapy. For over 10 years, they have been Louisiana's leader in hormone replacement therapy. And most of the times we're talking about testosterone replacement. It is the fountain of youth. And so a lot of times people age differently. People's hormones levels drop sometimes a little too soon, and they're not at the levels they should be for your age. So go get that blood work checked out. You got 13 locations in Louisiana. You got one in Mississippi. So if you're hearing us speak today, if you're hearing the show today, chances are you got a great Rejuve Me Medical location near you all over the state of Louisiana. Go have a consultation, get that blood work drawn, and let them tell you. Maybe they tell you, hey, your levels are fine. You're looking great. You're healthy. But maybe there's something that they can do to help you feel better, make you feel like your youthful self again. Get that zest for life back. And that would be just getting the right levels of testosterone. And like, look, it doesn't have the stigma that it used to have, like people juicing and trying to get jacked up and all this stuff. No, it does. It's just about feeling normal, about feeling your best. And it really is. I can tell you firsthand that it makes a huge difference in every aspect of your life. So go check them out today, RejuveMeMedical.com. All right, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to close out hour number 2 right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench. Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back, Kim.
You're getting more
Off the bench.
Pearl Jammy there.
Yeah, I am,
you
yeah.
are. Well, Eddie better.
Too vowely.
Yeah.
All right, we're closing out hour number 2. We apologize.
No, you apologize.
We apologize.
I have
Steal
nothing to
mine.
do
Oh,
with
they're
it.
not.
Steal that. We apologize for the short segment here, but it's an insincere apology because we do it a lot.
Almost every segment.
So if like you keep apologizing for the same
It's
thing,
insanity.
it's wild, and that's on us. We went along with Dr. Etheredge, and we had that golf story I got excited about.
Yeah. You've been trying to shove in a Kyler Murray story for 2 hours.
I know we're gonna talk Kyler Murray.
No,
You
we're
can
not.
shove Kyler Murray into anything.
It's true.
That's okay.
I got it in my dang book bag over here. Man. Come on, there we go. Hello.
That was good.
So the internet is winning again, and we'll
Yeah.
tell you why when we start hour number 3. We'll talk. There has been a quarterback decision made. No longer a battle up in Minnesota. We will give you the tiny little news when we come
mamas.
back right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, when you think about Louisiana, you think about energy, and one company helping shape the future is Caterus. Caterus is developing the Commonwealth LNG export facility in Cameron Parish, connecting American natural gas with customers around the globe. Now under construction after reaching its final investment decision in 2026, the project represents a major investment in Louisiana's future. But it's about more than just exporting energy. It's about creating jobs, supporting local businesses, Marler, strengthening communities, and reinforcing Louisiana's position as one of the world's leading energy hubs. Through its natural gas production and the Commonwealth LNG project, Caterus is helping build an integrated energy platform that connects domestic resources with growing global demand. As construction continues on Louisiana's Gulf Coast, Caterus is proud to invest in American energy, American workers, and a stronger economic future. Caterus connecting Louisiana energy to the world.